Manila, Philippines. A leaked memo from Japanese Colonel Masaru Hidetaka revealed an unexpected admiration for Filipino soldiers. Colonel Hidetaka, accustomed to the precision of the Japan Self-Defense Forces, was humbled during joint exercises in the Philippines. The pivotal moment was a young Filipino soldier offering his last canteen of water to a collapsed Japanese cadet. This act was not isolated, it was a pattern of camaraderie and resilience. Hidetaka observed Filipino soldiers, their gear outdated yet their spirits unbroken, laughing amidst grueling conditions. He realized their strength came from a shared spirit, not just physical endurance. The Filipino soldier was not just a warrior, he was a brother, a guardian, embodying a profound strength. This was a force multiplier beyond any military textbook. Hidetaka's journey into understanding this unique strength had just begun. He arrived with confidence in his military expertise but found himself an outsider to a deeper secret. The Filipino soldier's battlefield was not just the jungle but the heart of his nation. This was a different kind of strength, one that danced with hardship. The colonel was witnessing a profound secret, a strength that didn't just endure but thrived. The Filipino soldier was a brother, a son, and a guardian. His battlefield was not just the jungle but the very heart of his nation. This was a strength that danced with hardship, a profound secret Hidetaka was just beginning to understand. The joint exercises, codenamed Kalasag Katana, began at Fort Magsaysay, known for its punishing terrain. Colonel Hidetaka initially saw the Filipino equipment as outdated, expecting a demonstration of modern military efficiency. However, the oppressive heat and humidity challenged even the best-prepared soldiers. As Japanese soldiers faltered, Filipino soldiers instinctively helped, breaking protocol to support their comrades. This act of unscripted brotherhood was not reprimanded but quietly approved by Filipino officers. The mission was not just about completing objectives but ensuring everyone succeeded together. The Filipino soldiers moved as a family, not just a unit looking after each other. Colonel Hidetaka was struck by the simple logic: the mission fails only if a brother fails. The human element was the objective itself, not just a variable to manage. The shield, Kalasag, was for the person next to you, not just the nation. This profound understanding of mission and brotherhood was a revelation for Hidetaka. The Filipino approach was communal and absolute. We all share this burden together until the end. The colonel finally understood the weight they carried was more than just a dummy. It was the weight of shared responsibility and unwavering commitment. By sharing it, they made it feel lighter. This was a demonstration of a core principle. The human element was the objective itself. The Filipino soldiers' strength was in their unity and shared burden. The third day of the exercise was designed to be the breaking point. Torrential rain turned the jungle into a quagmire, testing morale. Colonel Hidetaka's troops grew somber, struggling through the mud. In this bleak moment, laughter erupted from the Filipino line. A soldier, covered in mud, struck a dramatic pose, turning misery into humor. The laughter lifted the cloud of misery, even bringing smiles to Japanese soldiers. Humor was a tool, a weapon against despair, reclaiming power from circumstances. Morale was generated from the ground up, a renewable resource created by the soldiers. They didn't wait for an officer to tell them to be strong, they made each other strong. This resilience couldn't be taught in a classroom, it had to be lived. It was the soul of their army finding light in the darkest places. Colonel Hidetaka observed this with awe, realizing morale was a shared creation. The Filipino soldiers' humor was a survival strategy, not a lack of seriousness. It was a vibrant, unyielding force that found light in the darkest places. The simulation's climax involved a mock casualty evacuation. A heavy dummy had to be carried over treacherous terrain to an extraction point. Colonel Hidetaka's team executed with precision but struggled with the load. The Filipino team, with a simple stretcher, initially struggled but then transformed the task. Soldiers not designated as carriers joined in, sharing the burden collectively. They chanted in unison, a living organism of teamwork. The dummy was not just an object, it was their brother. They moved faster not because they were stronger but because their strength was multiplied. Colonel Hidetaka watched, realizing this was not about passing a test. The Filipino approach was communal. We all share this burden together until the end. The weight they carried was more than just a dummy. It was the weight of shared responsibility and unwavering commitment. By sharing it, they made it feel lighter. This was a demonstration of a core principle. The human element was the objective itself. The Filipino soldiers' strength was in their unity and shared burden. The Japanese approach was efficient and individualistic. The Filipino approach was communal and absolute. The colonel finally understood the profound strength of shared responsibility. After the jungle exercises, the mission transitioned to community engagement in a typhoon-hit village. The Japanese contingent approached it as a public relations task, efficient but detached. The Filipino soldiers, however, melted into the community, building genuine relationships. They didn't just distribute aid, they listened, played, and repaired. They acted like neighbors, not visitors, embodying a profound connection. Colonel Hidetaka observed the scene with wonder, seeing genuine, effortless connections. The Filipino soldiers weren't just completing a mission, they were building relationships. They saw the villagers as their own people, their kababayan. This love for community was the source of their incredible strength. The Filipino soldier's duty extended beyond the barracks gate. He fought for the faces he knew, for his community. This love was the fuel for his service, explaining the laughter and shared burden. He wasn't just defending a flag, he was defending his home and family. This was the strength that truly mattered, rooted in love and community. To understand the Filipino soldier, Colonel Hidetaka looked beyond the training grounds. He spent an evening at a Filipino master sergeant's home, filled with warmth and life. Family photos and a rosary symbolized the soldier's world, family and faith. The sergeant spoke of motivations beyond geopolitics, focusing on family and community. Faith was a source of daily strength, not just a Sunday obligation. Duty was personal, emotional, a promise to family and God. This explained the strength to carry a fallen comrade, even a foreign one. The soldier was not just carrying a soldier, he was carrying his brother. This cultural bedrock explained everything: humor, sacrifice, loyalty. A soldier fighting for family and faith cannot be broken. His reasons for fighting are buried too deep to be touched by exhaustion or fear. This was a strength that transcended traditional military codes. It was a promise to family, a covenant with God. This was the strength that truly mattered, rooted in love and community. The Filipino soldier's strength was in his personal connections and faith. This was a strength that could not be broken, rooted in love and community. Colonel Hidetaka's experience was echoed by military forces worldwide. Filipino soldiers left lasting impressions in peacekeeping missions, known for connecting with locals. They were not occupiers but guardians and friends, sharing food and learning languages. An American officer in Iraq noted their resilience and positivity under threat. Filipino camps were filled with singing and laughter, a fortress of morale. Their secret weapon was unshakable positivity and community. In training with elite forces, Filipinos excelled in endurance and unconventional warfare. Their heart and resilience were unmatched, rooted in character, not technology. The world saw the Filipino soldier as the embodiment of courage rooted in humanity. They were respected for their reasons to fight, not just their ability to fight. A soldier's greatest asset was the conviction in his heart. Colonel Hidetaka witnessed a universally acknowledged truth: the strength of the human spirit. The Filipino soldier's strength was in his heart and community. This was a strength that truly mattered, rooted in love and humanity. As the exercises concluded, Colonel Hidetaka addressed the combined ranks of soldiers. His speech was supposed to be standard, but he spoke from the heart. He realized true strength was not about discipline or technology, it was about harnessing emotion, not suppressing it. The most powerful force on any battlefield was love. Filipino soldiers loved like brothers, fought for family, community, and faith. They carried their country's honor with joy and laughter. The greatest strength was flexibility, resilience, and a heart that could bend without breaking. No soldier trained like a Filipino because no one loved like a Filipino. They fought for the soul of their land, for its people and future. This was a power that couldn't be measured. It was a lesson Hidetaka would carry for life. Thank you for teaching me what it truly means to be a warrior. In the silence that followed, there was shared understanding beyond language and uniform. The Filipino soldier's strength was in love and community. This was a strength that truly mattered, rooted in love and humanity. Colonel Hidetaka's realization is a reminder of true strength. In a world focused on technology and precision, we risk forgetting the human element. Real heroism is quieter, about the hand that reaches out in darkness. This quiet courage is practiced by unsung heroes worldwide. It is the nurse, the teacher, the parent, and the Filipino soldier. These acts of love are the foundation of genuine strength. We must celebrate this heroism, often without medals or headlines. A soldier fights for family, community, and a future they believe in. They are motivated by love, the most powerful force. Let us honor unsung heroes whose sacrifices build a better world. The lesson from the Philippines is universal. The greatest power is love. It is the courage to care, share burdens, and find joy in hardship. This is the strength that truly matters. This is the strength that will always endure. The Filipino soldier's strength was in love and community. This was a strength that truly mattered, rooted in love and humanity.